Hi, my name's Tim Nathan. I'm here today to do a short demonstration with my partner Ollie Smith on PoloPlay. PoloPlay is a piece of software we've developed to make the process of booking and managing chukkers a whole lot easier for clubs and players. This is a player handset view. On here they can pick the number of chukkers they like, pick a preferred time, state the number of ponies that they're going to run, or leave a message for the manager. That might be a gaps request, a request for pony hire, or to be paired with a pro. In this case, Toots Gumbo's requested to rent a horse. All he has to do now is submit his booking. A player can edit his booking right up to cut-off time. Once the player's seen the tick, he knows his bookings and requests have been successfully submitted to the manager.
Well, from here on, we're looking at it from the manager's perspective. So the manager, the first step before organising the chukkers will be to check the calendar. And here we're going to look theoretically at tomorrow's chukkers on February the 9th. Here you can see 22 players booked. They'll notice they've got 3 notes from players and just under 10 chukkers, and this is a 4-a-side event with a total of 77 chukkers requested. Initially programmed over 1 pitch, but any of those things can be changed at the last minute if you wish. And to do that, you enter in here. As far as putting up this calendar goes, when you're using PoloPlay, you use these 2 buttons here. You can bulk all your Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whatever day you do your chukkers, or you can add an individual event. And to do that, it's called current events. Okay, so I'm going to open this event here, see what we have. Okay, it's like 15 minutes after cut-off, and I can look a little bit closer at all those bookings there. Toots Gumbo, who Tim was playing the part of a minute ago, he said, "Can I rent a horse, please, John?" And I've already replied, "Of course you can. I'll have one get Pablo ready for you." Okay. So let's see what other messages I can change the way this is organised. I can go from alphabetic to the order of booking by clicking on these headings, and I can see there that Chris McGregor has been asked to be paired with Bessie Smith. I've already done that just to speed things up, but that's done with a little drop down. And it's these drop downs that can offer you to separate players. If you've got 2 players who you think for some reason are best off not playing together at the same time, you can separate them with this button. And that informs the algorithm to try as best it can to keep those guys apart. It's all a matter of compromise, as you know, when you're creating chukkers. Toots Gumbo, Zoot Sims, they've left messages. Now the main thing at this section is to choose some high goalers and spread them early or late with these selections here. You can see we put Bessie Smith early, we got Chet Baker early, and a few that late there like Ray Charles. They would be high goalers. If they're spread around, it makes it makes it a lot more even. So when you're happy with this lot, it's time to save. And the point to raise here is, from this time onwards, all of your bookings are in one place. So you've done away with carrier pigeons, messages, texts, email. Everything's confined to the one area, so there's very little chance of losing a booking. If they've had their booking confirmed, then the booking is going to be in here. So you haven't got to read through lots of different emails that conflict with each other. Here they are. A few minutes massaging these around. You can change their handicaps. You can add players using tools here. I could add a player. I can remove a player and so on. In fact, I'll just demonstrate to you how to add a player here. Okay, let's say I've just had a message from John Coltrane's manager. He's in town, he's a member of the club, and he wants 4 chukkers. We're not going to argue with him, it's no problem. Easy peasy. Let's put him in. We know he's got 4 ponies here, and we'll enter him into the event as well. No time preference. There you are. So that will have raised the amount of chukkers a little bit. I'm going to save that. And in those few minutes, I can go from there to clicking on confirm, and we're away.
Up to this point, Ollie has demonstrated what we can offer your club with PoloPlay Booker, a unique online facility just for handling your members' chukker bookings and presenting them to you in a perfectly presented format, ready to tweak and export and use with your current planning system. It's a terrific time saver for the Polo office, but it also offers a much better quality service to your members too. PoloPlay Booker is now available on its own for a remarkably small monthly fee of just £6 a week, and this will only be payable when you use it. Next, Ollie is going to demonstrate the second service we offer, which is our PoloPlay Planner, and this, with just one more click, will help you quickly create the perfect Chukka list using our unique Chukka editing screen. After you edit it, it will publish the finished list to everyone concerned. It will even publish a members' activity report for your accounts department. It's revolutionary and it's a huge time and labour saver. PoloPlay Planner will be available to you as a bolt-on anytime for an additional small fee per Chukka. There's no contract, just try it. After you've got used to using the booking service, it's dead simple, you'll love it. Back to Ollie to demonstrate PoloPlay Planner.
And here we are. This is the PoloPlay Chukka screen, which Tim mentioned earlier on, and its powerful editing features, which we think are going to make the whole process of moving from here to publishing a lot easier. The objective is to get these tally boxes looking right. Empty is the thing for these two. This is showing empty all along because it's the players per side, and and the way the events have been selected by the algorithm, it's already set everyone up at 4 aside, which is good. And here you have another column. You can add another one. Now, these are extra Chukkas in case you decided to resolve any problems with an extra Chukka there. So that's set at 0, 0. And there's this column here which needs to be kept empty. You might find you've got, Gordon Dexter there required another 2 Chukkas. But in this one again, we've had a very good start with Count Basie only being short of 1 Chukka. So if you were to resolve that, that would disappear. The next thing to say is we've selected blue and red as the default colour for editing. It's a very clear, contrasting colour, but you can change that. And you can also change the colour in which your site publishes to members. So whatever shirt colours you're using, that's they can see their published Chukkas in their own, the colours they'd recognise. The other thing you can see here is the Chris McGregor and Bessie Smith. They're glued, so you've got that green indicator there. You've still got the notes checkable there. You can reference the original bookings in these columns. There's no single horse players here, but if there were, it would have automatically given them a gap. There's no gap for Meltorme there because, as you can see, he has 2 ponies. If you had 1 pony, you'd know not to sort things out here by giving him a gap, okay? Or you could, shall I say. So anyway, let's start editing this up to try and do something about these ones down here. Although they're very good already. I'm just going to show you how the system works. I'm going to show you how at the top of the screen there I can move Chet Baker all the way across the screen like that and change his colours just like that, which is a lot quicker than you can do on a spreadsheet. Okay, I'm going to balance the fact that we've moved a player across the screen, and you can see now how all the tallies, these are live, they change the instant you make any change. I'm going to move Ray Charles across. He's a 5 Chukka player. Now we still have all this messed up down the bottom, but I've been in here already and we were lucky with that starting grid, so I haven't got rid of it. I've kept it because it made my job demonstrating a lot easier. That, I have to be honest with you, was an exceptionally good start, but it really comes down to the bookings that you've received. Now that has instantly got rid of all of the handicap differences for those the early 4 and the late 5. All we're left with is this 2 strong blue here. Now I'm going to change Toots Gumbo to red, and I'm going to change John Coltrane to well, that's gone against me there, and we now have a 5 reds against 3 blues. So I'm going to show you the other thing that we can do here is we can change Dinah Washington there to a blue just like that. Hasn't resolved the handicap difference, but it's brought us back here. So now those are the 2 primary editing functions, which are quite nice, but I'm going to show you what else we can do. If we wanted to sort out Count Basie's deficit there, we could drag one off of Meltorme. Meltorme won't be too happy, but you can see how that works there. Equally, I can drag and drop that player anywhere I wish. Okay, staying in that Chukka, so, and at that point, that throws the Chukkas out. I can move them there. There's no sense in what I'm doing, but I'm just going to show you the how we have this nice undo button that takes them all the way back to where they belong. So if you'd started a plan of attack to resolve your Chukka, you have the undo button to take you back a few steps. Alternatively, you could literally start again, which would take you back to the original booking sheet where you could order things. The other thing you can do here is you can add a player. Even at this stage, if you might decide that the easiest thing to do would be just to get one of your pros at the club to slot in, jump in and give you 2 Chukkas. But you know a lot more about editing your Chukkas and resolving them than I do, but I think I've demonstrated there all of the strengths of PoloPlay. And as you can see, it's this guy here, he was early, Chet Baker as requested. Bessie Smith was early, so it's honoured all the early and late requests. It didn't require anyone to change shirts or have any gaps they didn't want it, but you know full well yourself, the bookings come in as they come in, and there's only so much you can do. But what we're doing here is making it very easy for you and preparing the situation so you can publish very nicely. One more little thing I forgot to mention there: Toots Gumbo. We're going to make Toots a referee and Chukka number 5. Okay. Oh, let's put him in there. Okay, so Toots Gumbo's 5 red Chukkas, and on number 6 he's playing umpire. So I'm going to just save that now. No, save here. And one more thing. You can edit the event here. So this one you can give your message, your general message to your whole club, especially to the players that are playing. You could change the team sizes to 3-a-side. You could and you select which field you wish to play on. And when that's all done, you've saved here, you get your confirmation pop up at the bottom, and then you publish. And here we are. This is the final Chukka screen. You can see Toots Gumbo in the middle there with his 5 Chukkas and an umpire. All the handicap differences have been removed, and any member of your club can view this, and they can see which field you've elected to play on. We've called it pitch 1 on our programme, but you can change that to whichever field name you use. And you can see that the manager's made it clear that they're starting Chukkas at 6 p.m.
So this is Toots' confirmation. You can see he's got his horse, he's been assigned his 5 Chukkas, and he's been assigned as umpire for 1. He can download his schedule as a PDF, or he can view it online. Another happy player. Well, I hope our short intro whet your appetite. PoloPlay.co.uk. Go along, sign up. We'll give you some Chukkas and all the support you need to get you going.